Thank you for your partnership in the First Five funded initiative, the Road to Early Achievement and Development of Youth, also known as READY. We can't do this important work without you. We're really excited to share that the First Five Sonoma County Commission has launched a new strategic plan that will guide our investments for the next 4 years. The READY student and parent data was a very critical part of the strategic planning process, as well as data from parent focus groups, community stakeholder meetings, and our research into best practices in the field. After diving deep into all of this data, our priority outcomes going forward include parents and caregivers are resilient and nurturing, systems of care are integrated and coordinated, children 0 to 5 are healthy and developing optimally, and early learning opportunities are diverse and high quality. As key partners in the work that First Five does, the kindergarten readiness data that you collect will not only inform strategies to progress toward these outcomes, but ultimately will help your future students to be ready to learn when they enter your classroom. On behalf of the Commission, we're so grateful to Sonoma County teachers that provide the foundation for our understanding of the needs of Sonoma County's youngest residents. The resilience of our community inspires us to approach our work in the coming years with optimism and hope, and we're so thankful that you are part of this work. To learn more about First Five, please check out the links shared in the video notes section in the YouTube page.
Hi, I'm Norine Doherty, the manager of the READY initiative, and I want to say thank you. We quite literally cannot do this work without you. I've enjoyed and appreciated your insights and partnership over the last several years. So before the training begins, I did want to take a couple of minutes to talk about racial equity and how READY and you contribute to making this community a healthy place for all to live. In addition to being the READY manager, I am also an employee of the Sonoma County Human Services Department. Human Services' mission is to support the health, safety, and well-being of individuals, families, and the community. We know that Sonoma County's collective well-being and successes are impacted by significant racial inequities, and data does show that the greatest disparities occur along racial and socioeconomic lines. If Sonoma County wants to start closing those gaps, we have to start there. Research and best practices nationally show that successful equity programs begin with a focus on race. And locally, READY data that you collect has informed our understanding of how early these gaps show up in our community. READY data collected by Sonoma County teachers has provided an amazing tool to guide efforts seeking to eliminate disparities in our community as early as possible, starting with families and children. As the executive director of First Five, Angie Dillon-Shore shared, READY data has been included in First Five strategic plans, local community-based organization strategies, and school districts' local control accountability plans, or LCAPs, just to name a few. One way that you can contribute to racial equity in Sonoma County is by continuing to gather this important local data while also maintaining an unbiased perspective. At the foundation of early education is the belief that all students have inherent worth and should be treated with equity, regardless of a child's gender, socioeconomic status, race, ethnicity, or other background factors. Every person has the ability to succeed in school. But even when we want to promote tolerance, sometimes subconscious attitudes can prevent us from treating students fairly. These attitudes are called implicit biases, and they often rely on inaccurate or stereotyped information. If we're unaware of them, however, they can be particularly difficult to correct. By understanding your own implicit biases, you can make your classroom a safer place for everyone. So, how can we listen, lead, and teach for equity in the face of implicit bias? It really starts with becoming aware of your own biases so that you can interrupt them. Here are some ideas. Before entering a conversation with a student, colleague, or parent who triggers you, take a 10-second pause to ask yourself, what are my biases towards this person? How can I disrupt my autopilot thoughts so that I can genuinely see and listen to them? With practice and awareness, over time, you can replace biases with receptive listening and affirming thoughts. Here are a few facts that every educator should know. Bias is a universal human condition that must be recognized and managed. It is not a personal defect. We all carry biases from swimming in the waters of a racialized, inequitable society.
Listening helps us take in a person's multiple stories and disrupts biased thinking. On behalf of Human Services Department, First Five, Sonoma County, and Upstream Investments, we thank you for your continued partnership in the READY initiative. To learn more, we have shared a couple of resources that are linked in the YouTube notes page, including an implicit bias quiz and resource materials. And if you would like to learn more about Sonoma County's recently established Office of Equity or Upstream Investments in general, please check out the link shared in the video notes section of the YouTube page. Thank you again and enjoy the training.